because I wanted to go and find the best experts in different streams of income so you can build a sustainable career. As I've talked about many times on this show, you really do need several streams of income as a musician to build a sustainable career and have a comfortable living from music. And that's what I wanted to help you do. I wanted to bring people in that had really conquered and were making good money with specific streams of income so you could learn how to incorporate those if you weren't doing them already, or you could learn how to do even better with making money with those income streams if you were already trying to do them.
Welcome to the Female Entrepreneur Musician Podcast with Bree Noble. Bree is a musician, entrepreneur, speaker, and founder of Women of Substance Music Radio and Podcast. Bree's interviews with successful female musicians and industry pros are both inspirational and informational. She also answers your questions about the music business. Bree is on a mission to help you create great music, connect with your fans, and grow your business, and to truly become a female entrepreneur musician.
Hey, this is Bree Noble, and I am so glad you're tuned in to the Female Entrepreneur Musician Podcast today, where we talk about making great music, connecting with your audience, and growing your business. On last week's episode, I talked about a big project that I've been working on for the past 3 months and am actually still working on. But it's finally time for me to reveal to you what this big project is, because I made it entirely for you. I hope you know by now that my goal with this show and with my entire business is to help female musicians make money from their music. And I had a pretty big goal this year in how I could do that in a bigger scale, in a bigger way. And I decided to host something called a virtual summit. If you're not familiar with that, it's basically like having a conference online. We have a bunch of speakers. We have different speakers that happen daily over the 10 days of the conference, and everyone gets to come for free. So if you've been wanting to attend some live conferences, but you just can't afford either the ticket, or what usually it is the plane ticket and the food and the lodging and all the things that go along with going to a conference, this way you can attend the conference, learn from our speakers, be able to do it in the privacy of your own home or while you're going from here to there, and just continuously be able to learn from all these amazing experts. All you need to attend the conference is either a computer or a phone. You'll be able to access all of the speakers' interviews from either a phone or a computer, and you'll be able to leave comments and have conversations with other people that are also listening to the interviews with you. And the best part about this summit is that it's completely focused on helping you as a musician make money from your music, which is why I called it the Profitable Musician Summit, because I wanted to go and find the best experts in different streams of income so you can build a sustainable career. As I've talked about many times on this show, you really do need several streams of income as a musician to build a sustainable career and have a comfortable living from music. And that's what I wanted to help you do. I wanted to bring people in that had really conquered and were making good money with specific streams of income so you could learn how to incorporate those if you weren't doing them already, or you could learn how to do even better with making money with those income streams if you were already trying to do them. The virtual summit will be from May 1st to May 10th, but I really encourage you to sign up now. You don't want to forget to sign up and not be able to get access to all these great speakers. We've got 39 speakers over that 10 days talking about 32 different streams of income. So I want to give you a rundown of what we're doing during this 10 days. You can definitely go read all of this for yourself at profitablemusiciansummit.com. That's where you go and sign up for your free ticket. But you know what? Since we're on a podcast, I'm just going to let you guys know verbally what's going on so you don't have to read the whole page. and you can just kind of digest it now and then go right over there and sign up. So the first day, which is May 1st, we'll be having our opening party. And that's going to be with myself, and my partner for the summit, which I haven't even mentioned yet, is Steve Palfreeman. If you don't know Steve, he is the creator of the Music Launch Summit back in 2016. What an amazing summit that was if you guys attended that. And since he had summit experience, I wanted to pull him in, and he loves what I'm doing with my platform, wanting to make sure to, promote female artists and females in the music industry. He's totally behind that, which is why I partnered with him for this summit. So he and I will be doing a Q&A and an opening party. We'll have a surprise speaker and maybe some other guests on that. So you're definitely going to want to attend that. And when you sign up for the Profitable Musician Summit at profitablemusiciansummit.com, then you'll be getting information on when that first opening party is. And it is live, so you can come and hang out with us and ask questions and just be part of the community. Okay, so day 2, we are covering festivals, concerts, and connections. So we've got a few different themes here on this day. Some really amazing speakers. We've got Louis Lavella talking about how to make money from festivals. We've got Lisa Lynn talking about self-produced concerts. And we've got Tiamo De Vittori talking about keynote concerts, which is definitely his specialty. Then we've got amazing speaker Roberto Candelaria. He's definitely going to be inspiring you, talking about how to get sponsorships for your music and your music brand. And then we've got D. Grant Smith talking about relationship building and how that can translate into income. So that's day 2. On day 3, we were talking about crowdfunding and community. And we have the amazing Ariel Hyatt. She is talking about crowdfunding. She wrote an entire fantastic best-selling book called Crowd Start, all about crowdfunding. And then we brought in a successful artist that Ariel has worked with, and she's also done several crowdfundings on her own, named Cassandra Kabinski, and she really gets down to the nitty-gritty of what has worked for her in her crowdfunding campaigns. Then we have my partner Steve Palfreeman talking about Facebook groups and how you can use Facebook groups to build community around your music and then use that to monetize. And then we have the fantastic Shannon Curtis. You may know her from her book, No Booker, No Bouncer, No Bartender, where she talks about house concerts. And if you know anything about me, you know that I love house concerts. I'm a big proponent of them for indie artists. And I go into all the nitty gritty with her on how she does house concert tours, how she, books them and markets them and sets them up for success, and how she makes sure that she makes good money at them, which she does. She's making probably around an average of $800 a house concert. So you're definitely going to want to check out that interview on day 3. Day 4, we're talking about live and recorded videos and how you can make money from those. So we have the wonderful Rick Barker talking about how you can make money from Facebook Live. So if you don't know Rick Barker, he was a former manager for Taylor Swift. He started the music industry blueprint. He's been an advisor for people like American Idol and Live Nation. And so he really knows his stuff when it comes to a lot of things, but especially in relation to using live video and Facebook Live as an artist. Then we've got Emma Mcgann. She has won a ton of awards in relation to live streaming. She's been nominated for some really big awards alongside some big artists. And so how she uses YouTube and live streaming to bring in money for her musician business. And she's really, really doing well with that. So then we have a couple of people talking about using Concert Window. I think Concert Window is a fantastic way to do online concerts. And so we brought in the someone from the team at Concert Window named Corey DeMario. He's going to talk all about how to use Concert Window and all the ins and outs of the platform. And then we brought in one of my favorite artists who uses Concert Window on a monthly basis to bring in income, and her name is Jennifer Knapp. So that is all on day 4. Day 5, we are talking about how to make money from songwriting and then the future of monetization in relation to some technology. So regarding that technology, we've got Benji Rogers. You may know him as the founder, one of the founders of Pledge Music, and he is talking to us about blockchain technology. It's something that's really, really important for musicians to understand to make sure that we're getting paid from our music. So that's a really big one you're going to want to see. Then we've got my friend Michelle Lockie talking about music libraries and publishers. We've got Naomi Laviolette talking about how she writes custom songs for her fans and gets paid a good deal of money for doing that. We've got Joyce Kettering talking about music licensing as well. And then we've got my friend Ann Heaton talking about how she makes money in a lot of different ways, teaching songwriting, being a songwriting mentor, and a whole bunch of different income streams. She also does some custom songs for people. So that is going to be a really great one for you to think about all the different ways that you can make money as a songwriter. On day 6, we've got educating others. So this is all about teaching, and it's teaching online and offline. So we've got my friend Judy Rodman talking about teaching online. She actually does a lot of voice teaching online, and she talks about how she does that and how she makes that all work with the technology. And it's just a really valuable session for any of you that want to bring in some extra money teaching, but maybe you're living in more of a rural place and you don't have a lot of, access to students. And then we've got my friend Allie Tyler talking about how she builds her studio locally and how she has, gotten a lot of students, how she markets herself, and how she keeps her students staying with her over time. And then we've got Allie's partner, Claire Condit, talking about how you can bring in students with Facebook ads, which I find really, really useful. I don't see a lot of teachers using Facebook ads to bring in students. So if you're a teacher or you want to teach an instrument or voice or songwriting or any of those things, you'll learn a lot from Claire on how you can use Facebook ads for that. And then I will be teaching all about how to create online courses. I have obviously created a lot of online courses. I've helped my students who are musicians to create online courses. And so I'll be talking about how you guys can do that. Most of you, maybe all of you, have an expertise in music, and you can use that to teach other people online through online courses. Okay, day 7, we are talking about local events and tours. So under local events, we're talking with Kylie Wright all about how she gets private gigs. She does a lot of private parties and corporate events and things like that, how she gets those kinds of events. And then we're talking with Megan Frisbee from Gig Salad about how you can use the Gig Salad platform to get a lot of these private events. If you're an instrumentalist, if you're a singer-songwriter, if you sing covers, if you do weddings and corporate events and all the kinds of things that you can book in a private way, you can use Gig Salad for that. And she'll talk about how to utilize the platform in the best way to get the most out of it. Then we've got Tara B. She is talking about how to get local gigs and find some kind of niche venues that you haven't thought about looking into before. And then we have Nancy Moran talking about tour booking and how you kind of plan a tour, how you figure out where you're going to go, how you fill in those dates. And then finally on that day, this is like a monster day, we've got Jeff Celentano talking about corporate gigs. And he does a ton of corporate gigs with a couple of his groups. And he explains all about how the whole system works for corporate gigs with, talent buyers and, how you kind of get into the system so you can start getting corporate gigs. That is going to be a really, really good one. Okay, day 8. We are talking about online and offline sales. So I know you guys want to sell your music. And all of this information on this day is going to help you be able to do that, whether it's at live shows or online. So we start out with my friend Suzanne Polinsky from the Rockstar Advocate. She is talking about how to capitalize on live gigs to sell more merch. She also talks a little bit about selling it online, but she really talks about how you can set yourself up for success at live gigs to sell more merch. Then we have Greg Wilnaugh. He is talking about kind of a similar thing, but his vantage point was that he was not making any money at gigs. He didn't have anything to sell when he was first starting out. And he's going to tell you guys how you can still make money, even if you don't have any merch, even if you haven't recorded a CD yet, how you can find ways to still make money at gigs, even though you don't think you have anything to sell. Then we have Sara Hamilton. She's from Ditto Music, and she's talking about Spotify and streaming and income and online distribution. That's going to be a really good one where she just kind of lays out how you can make more money through Spotify and other online distribution channels. And then we have Alison Sharp from Bandzoogle, one of my favorite online platforms, where she's going to talk about how you can set your website up to sell more music and merch and whatever you want to sell on your website, how you can make that much more successful. And then we have Andrew Apanov. He's talking about digital marketing strategies and how you can use, maybe you've heard of funnels. I kind of like to call them the customer journey or the fan discovery journey, but ways that you can use a system that you set up so fans kind of move through this journey with you and eventually you encourage them to buy something. So that is day 8. Day 9, we are talking about recording and home studio work. So we start off with one of my favorite people to talk about this subject, who is FET. FET, I'm sure you have maybe heard me talking about him before or talking with him. He has the Empowering Women in Audio clinic that he does a few times a year, and he has a very successful studio that he runs in Nashville, and he helps other people set up their home studios. So he talks about how to set up your home studio, how to run it as a business if you want to bring other people in there and record them. And then we also have on that same subject, Becky Willard talking about that. She has the Vox Fox Studios, and she records a lot of things for people from her home studio. And another way that you can use your home studio is to get gigs online and, do session work online. And Audrey Callahan is talking about how she does that specifically by using air gigs to get a lot of gigs and make some good money recording for other people online. And then Jody Krangle is talking about how you can then transition into doing voiceovers, because, we are all, if we're a singer, then we have a lot of vocal talent and vocal ability, and we've worked a lot on our voice and our breathing and technique and everything. And it may be that you can translate that into a voiceover and speaking career where you record things from home. So I think that'll be really intriguing for you guys that don't know anything about doing voiceovers. Then on day 10, we are talking about busking. And I think it's so important that we included this because I don't want people to think that busking is something to be ashamed of. I have seen some amazing buskers in my time, and you can busk live or you can busk online nowadays. So we've got Lindsay Catt, who you're absolutely going to love, talking about how she busks, and she has all these really creative ways that she sets herself up for success busking in New York City. And then we have a couple of people talking about busking online. So there is a platform called Street Jelly where you can busk online and make some good money doing that. And so I brought in Frank Podlaha, who is one of the founders of Street Jelly, talking about how you can use that platform and learn exactly all the strategies that you need to make good money on there. And then I brought in one of my students, Annie Aronson, who originally told me about this platform called Street Jelly and the online busking. She's been doing it for several years, and so she talks about her experiences with that and how she's successful with it and what kind of community that she's created busking online. And then finally on day 10, we have our closing party, which is going to be myself and Steve Pal-Freeman. Again, we're going to do a wrap up, a Q&A, a big party, probably have some giveaways. And then we're going to, outline what your action steps are now that you've got all of these really amazing streams of income that you can use. You need to be able to figure out which ones are right for you and then how to move forward with them. So we're going to be talking about all of that and more, and some really cool surprises. So you definitely want to be there for the closing party on day 10 in the evening. Well, depending on where you are, it might not be evening, but for us, it will be probably mid-afternoon, evening for the US. So that is the rundown of the summit. I hope you are excited after listening to all of that and you realize how much value you're going to be getting during this conference. I absolutely cannot wait to share it with you. So I want to encourage all of you to go right now over to profitablemusiciansummit.com and sign up for free. It's right there at the top of the page. If you want to scroll down and see who all the speakers are and get more information, then feel free to do that. But please go sign up right now, profitablemusiciansummit.com. I cannot wait for you to learn from all these amazing experts. And a little side note before I end this episode, one of my major missions with this online conference is that I wanted to highlight women, and I wanted to, my goal was to have over 2/3 of the speakers be women, and we did hit that goal. We have 26 female speakers, I believe, out of the 39. I'll have to check exactly. It may be more than that. We've also got a surprise speaker that's a woman. So that was my goal. We hit it. And I'm just so proud to be presenting all the talents and knowledge and expertise of women in the industry and female musicians through this Profitable Musician Summit. So I would just love for you to join us, to support us, to tell every musician that you know about this summit so they can learn from all these amazing experts. All right. Getting off my soapbox, I just hope you'll sign up, profitablemusiciansummit.com. And over the next few weeks on the podcast, I'm going to be sharing some snippets and some previews with you so you can have some idea the kinds of things that are discussed in the summit. So watch for that and get excited. Go sign up right now, and I will see you on the Profitable Musician Summit.
Now go out and make great music, connect with your fans, and grow your business. Female Entrepreneur Musician has been brought to you by FEMusician.com and FemaleMusicianAcademy.com. With editing by Jen Eads of 317 Sound Design and music by Stella Ronson.